there was one boy I interviewed, again, from a nice, very good background, nice school that he went to, and really very driven, very bright boy, very driven, and very competitive. And he was about 14, 15. And so when lockdown first happened, he said, fine, I'll smash this, you know, it'll be fine. And he started sending in all his work, but his whole mood changed because his work was never marked. A term went past, his work was never marked. So all that competitive, you know, he said when bit of work came back, he was comparing it to his friends and they were seeing who'd got the most. All of that just went. And he described so vividly to me how he gradually went down, I don't know how you'd say, sort of down into this deep depression, down a kind of plug hole. And he just lost all enjoyment in life. He started listening to really angry grime music, and he was really angry. He said he used to listen to that occasionally, but now he's listening it all the time. And finally, he had very supportive parents who could afford for him to have counselling. And so now but it's taken a long time, but he's got back to being himself again. But I think in all of this, what really shocked me when these kids were telling me this was the enormous variety in schools. I mean, you had one, and it wasn't just schools between schools, but actually within the schools. I mean, one girl told me that she had sort of a brilliant maths teacher who was always checking up on her, always there, always marked the homework, whereas her geography teacher she never heard or saw of the whole time. And I talked to a headmaster who was excellent. He actually had been in France and they had seen that lockdown was coming, had rushed back to his school, got the whole thing fixed up so everybody had some kind of, you know, IT. And so when lockdown happened, within sort of 24 hours, he'd set up a whole system. So the kids had to put their work in, I think by, I can't remember now, 1 o'clock. And then he had people marking the work, because that was crucial, marking the work. So the kids got back the marked work by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And there was a whole, you know, it was all set up, and he told me he didn't lose one single child. So that's how important that kind of support was. But on the other hand, there was a headmaster, I think in Essex, who openly boasted that none of his kids were doing online work, and that all he was doing was telling them to help out at the weekend, maybe doing some cooking, maybe helping the Sunday lunch. That was it. And I want to know, where was the Department of Education in all of this? You know, why weren't they checking out on these children, checking out on the schools, and making sure that everybody had the support and the work that they were supposed to have?